There's a lot of great people on both sides. Lots of great people on both sides. I know Harry O. He's a great person. He couldn't vote for me at the time. Now he can vote for me once he gets out. I love Snoop D.O. Double G. Great person.
So do you love Death Row Records?
I love Death Row. I love Death. Excuse me. Fake news. Fake news. They're trying to give me the...
That's great.
Excuse me. Fake reviews. They're trying to give me the virus. I beat the virus.
Why you say they trying to give him the virus? Like, who is they?
Trump gave what I think was probably one of the greatest speeches of world leaders given. You know, it's got to be up there with like Churchill, Gettysburg Address. It's the night the United States killed the leader of ISIS. Trump comes out of the Situation Room at like midnight in the White House, and he walks down that fucking tunnel like and gives a press conference like he's giving a post-game NBA, and just goes, Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi is dead. He died like a dog. And I didn't change one word of that. That's what he opened with. And then he did 40 minutes. The speech is 40 minutes. The meanest shit talk you've ever heard in front of the whole world. Abu. We could hear him crying. I said, Abu, don't cry. Abu. Let me tell you something. Abu cried. He cried quite a bit. I wouldn't have cried. Crybaby Baghdadi. That's what we were all calling it.
I have not had an in-person interview with the former president. If I did, I would ask him.
What would you ask? Look at the smirk. What are you going to ask?
Did you know they were going to storm the Capitol, and does that make you a party to an insurrection?
Excuse me, what? You see what he's doing? Do all these people watching, and what you're doing, it's so disgusting, and you know that, because there was no storming. There was no storming. Okay, a lot of people were saying we're going to send him home like a dog. We're going to send him home back to China, and that's what they did.
It's pretty uncanny.
Well, it's very uncanny, but what's not uncanny is you saying we sent them there, which totally is not true. Thank you very much, China.
Because Donald Trump gave the illusion that he was speaking truth to power. And now you got all these conservative
fake news. Everything is a fake news. I don't care. Fake news everywhere. This is a very good, good podcast. That's right. Brilliant idiots. I'm a brilliant idiot. I'm just an idiot. No, I'm not an idiot. I'm brilliant. You guys are the idiots. Everything's fake, Charlemagne. Your name is not really Charlemagne.
That is very true.
Fake news. Piece of shit. This is a piece of shit podcast. You should be very embarrassed.
Can we do a Trump off?
No,
Trump off.
Trump off.
Trump off.
It's very good. There's a lot of guys doing... a lot of people doing me. You're a very good impersonator.
Yeah, he's nice at it.
It's not bad.
Joe DeRosa, what a pig. Disgusting pig. I would love to put the country on your shoulders, but Joe, it might slide off. I'm a very good comedian. I could be a comedian.
Wow.
A lot of guys say Joe's built like a worm. I don't say that. But Joe is built like a worm. He looks like the Men in Black aliens grew up.
Mr. Trump, this leaked audio showed you saying, you know, I can't quite say it on live television, but basically, you said you wanted to
grab them by the pussy.
To Trump, 2 more minutes.
The thing about the blacks is that they're killing each other.
He hasn't released his tax returns, which means he's either not that rich,
wrong,
not that charitable,
wrong,
or he's never paid taxes in his life.
Warmer.
Siri, how do I kill ISIS? This is a BlackBerry. Big beautiful boobs and buildings, big beautiful boobs and buildings, big beautiful boobs and buildings.
That's the same thing as Obamacare, and if you repeal it, 20 million people will lose their health insurance. I mean, people could die.
Listen, sweetheart, I'm about to be president. We're all going to die. Next question. Your main job here is to go in rooms before me to make sure there's no static electricity.
Don't go in there. It's not safe.
Well done, Peter. Scooby-Doo. 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 They call him Scooby-Doo. They call show Scooby-Doo.
But Scooby doesn't do anything. Scooby is not involved. Half the time, Scooby's not even involved. He's just a bystander. It's one of the worst deals we've ever had. To call the show Scooby-Doo and then not deliver on Scooby-Doo. This is not a show about a dog sniffing its ass, okay? They should call the show Velma. Why don't they call the show Velma? Velma's the one doing everything. Fred and Daphne, they're just over there porking in the corner. They're not doing anything. They're making out being unhelpful, okay? Fred just drives. Fred's just the driver. He doesn't drive the plot, and he doesn't drive the mystery, and he doesn't solve the mystery. He just moves the van from place to place, A to B. And it's a very unhelpful thing.
But in terms of Trump, I have to stand. Do you mind?
Okay, sure.
So when he stands like this. He's no center of gravity. That's why he's always leaning on people. So he leans like this, and then you have to accentuate the mouth, bring the mouth forward, and then bring in the arms. This is the key. The arms. Now do the whole thing. We're doing so well, so unbelievable. Now, Michael, first off, individual one isn't me, okay? That's an individual, and he's one guy. He's one guy, we don't know who he is, and Michael was talking to him. I don't know who he is. I'll never know him. No matter how hard I stare into the mirror, I'll never know him. I'll never really know him. Melania says she knows him.
That's exactly how he drinks water. That's exactly...
Like a dove drinking from a small pond. My support of Bill O'Reilly was wrong. Insensitive and totally stupid.
Giuliani into he's just a rag doll at this point, just a rag doll. He looks like a seal getting tossed around by an orca. It's awful, awful. And every time they do it, his eyes just get so big. I've never seen big eyes like that. The eyes are huge.
And it was interesting, halfway through the sketch, he looks around and goes, is this funny? Is this good? Is everybody, it was on the Fox pregame at the time. He's like, is this good? And everybody, yes, Mr. Trump, fantastic, Mr. Trump, it was great, Mr. Trump. And I was like, wait. Does anybody ever say something's not good? He's like, no, Frank, that's part of the problem. I can't get real answers. So I was like, oh, he gets it. That was one of those moments for me. But for Trump...
He's an entertainer.
Oh, yeah. And in the debates, you can't beat him in a debate. I talk about this in my act because he argues like a 5-year-old. It's impossible. They're like, Donald, you can't do that. Oh, yeah, well, you're a duty head. You're the stupidest stupid face I've ever seen in my entire life. And I've seen a lot of stupid people. Listen, the reason I'm beating everybody, I don't even have to look at anything. I can close my eyes and I'm actually seeing myself. It's an out-of-body experience where I'm actually inside my body twice. And it sounds weird, but it's actually happening right now. I can tell by the way. I'm not even going to have a sidekick. That's what I call the vice president, as a sidekick. I'm not going to have a sidekick. I'm just going to have a puppet hand, and it's going to be me. It's going to be puppet Donald Trump. It'll be tremendous, and we'll be talking to each other the entire time.
What is Look at this guy. Great. Isn't he doing fantastic? I gotta say, you're doing a great job. In fact, I think this show just got better by about 2 billion%. In fact, they just told me, Donald, they just told me this very interesting. That now that I'm here, this is actually the best monologue in SNL history. Can you believe that? Pretty great.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Oh, yeah, look at this.
You think you're this terrific person. You think you're this, you think you're that. You're being very naive, and quite frankly, you're fired.